Why did I take this AP course? Hi, my name is Kate Hill. I'm a junior. My AP course is the AP US Comparative Gov. I decided to take this course just because I really enjoyed learning about just all these different countries and their government systems comparing to the US. Also, my brother took the class and he really enjoyed it, and I've also had lots of my friends love it and recommended it to me to take this year. My expectations for the course were that was gonna be a little more difficult just because of how many countries that you had to learn and their government systems, and I feel like I would get confused or I just mix them up. But what I experienced was totally different. This is such a fun class, and I see it as easier than the AP US Gov class just because you have a better understanding of what it means to take that class. It's quicker, but you get the gist of what you need to do to really succeed in that class. It's not very challenging. It's like for instance, Mexico and Nigeria have the same presidential system as the US, which really helps. There's some things that are a little difficult, but just continuing on studying and just talking to your teacher if you need help with that. Let's say Mr. Kuhn, who is the teacher for AP US Comparative Gov, always talking to him about what you need help with is really helpful. I felt I was really more prepared for taking this course than I was for AP US Gov, just because for AP US Gov, I was a little more like, I wasn't really sure what I was getting into. But for AP US Comparative Gov, I had a better understanding and I understood the pace of what Mr. Kuhn would be going on this class. And as it was just, I felt more prepared and I felt like I knew what I was doing, and especially with the homework course load, really importance of studying and just staying on top of things of homework. It's just making sure you really participate in class, and that all those things lead up to doing really good on your AP exam. And if you ever struggle with anything, always go to teachers. I've gone to Mr. Kuhn multiple times on things that I've struggled with, and he has really helped me out. Some things I wish I knew before I took this class is that the workload is a lot, but it's just you have to pull through with it. It's not as bad as AP US History, and even that is not as bad as my other classes I'm taking right now. But it's a pain in the beginning, but then you just get used to it, and it's okay, it's drilled through your head, and it's really important to succeeding on these AP exams. Some of the courses I will be taking next year after this one is AP Lit, AP Stats, AP Bio, and AP Spanish. Some things I wish I had done differently before taking this class is that I felt a little more confident in myself, because I was it's just a little scary just because it's so many countries, and you're wow, it's just you think it's a lot, but when it comes to doing multiple choice FRQs, you kind of just that repetition he has in his class, you just really understand it more. And in my future AP courses next year, I feel like I'm going to just be way more prepared, because I'm taking 4 AP classes right now, which is a lot, but I've kind of drilled through and I understand what it means to be in these classes and just the homework load, and I know what to do. And the difficulty of my AP courses, I would say my hardest class would have to be AP Chemistry, just because it's so much. There's 9 units, and it's just a lot, but you kind of just pull through, and you have teachers you can always come to, and you always have friends you can learn to get better at what you're doing. And some of the things that I would consider for students who are going to consider taking these AP classes is that you have to prepare yourself for the homework. It might not be as bad as some honors classes, but there still is, in some classes like AP Chem and AP Cub, there is a course load and there's a lot of homework, but it's not as bad as if you stay up to that homework. And if you ever struggle with anything, you always have study groups. You can always join study groups. It's always really helpful. That's what I did with AP US Gov and AP Calc. That really helped me out a lot. Not only that, if you feel like you're still struggling a little bit, then go to a teacher. It's never hard to talk to them. Like, it might be scary at first, but that's probably the best thing I did, especially in my first class, AP US History. I was struggling a little bit with FRQs, and going to my teacher, Mr. Gon, really helped out with that. And still, like, today, sometimes go to see Mr. Kuhn just to help with whatever I've been struggling with, or Miss Hogan, who is my chemistry teacher. Whatever teacher you have in an AP class, it's really important to talk to them and like to know your weaknesses and how to build off of that and make you really prepared for the AP exam. Thank you for hearing me out, and I'm Kate Hill.